Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know me, hi, my name is Miguel and I'm a long-term dividend investor sharing my journey to a $100,000 portfolio and hopefully helping y'all start your dividend investing journeys along the way. So in today's video, I'm going over trackmydividends.com. They just had a new facelift. It looks crazy good, and no, I'm not sponsored by any means by them. This is a free service that I recommend everyone should use, and I'm going to walk you through the steps of how I keep track of my dividend investment portfolio. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to leave a like on the video, it helps out my channel tremendously, and don't forget to comment if you have any questions at all. I will get back to you. Now let's roll the intro music. So like I said, this video is going to be going over trackmydividends.com, their new facelift, how to start your portfolio on this website if you haven't already. And again, I'm not sponsored. I mean, I wish I was because this is an amazing website. But if you are a dividend investor or even just a regular investor into the stock market, this helps manage your portfolios that you have across different brokerages and different apps. So we all know that new brokerages use this deal by getting free stocks when you sign up for their platform. And let's say you use that platform and you like it, and so now you kind of have 2 or 3 different platforms by doing this multiple times. Trackmydividends.com gives you a great way to put everything in one location so you can keep track of all the dividends that you have, your average cost, the future value of your portfolio, your diversification in your portfolio. It's just a really easy one-stop shop to help you manage all of your portfolios across different brokerages that you may have. Now, I personally am still using Robinhood. I want to grow my portfolio a little bit bigger before I think about moving it elsewhere, but I am thinking about moving it elsewhere. I will keep you all posted when I do make that move, but for the time being, let's jump into trackmydividends.com. So as we can see, jumping into trackmydividends.com, I have my entire portfolio in here already. Well, not quite my entire portfolio, but I left this week's purchases to show y'all how to enter that in to trackmydividends.com so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like. But as we can see, I'm currently sitting at $9,749, a profit of $1,056. My overall dividend yield is sitting at 3.71%. My yield on cost is at 4.16%. My annual income is estimated to be $362, and then the beta portfolio is at 0.83%, which honestly I don't even know what that is. But that's the gist of the information that you are going to get when you log in all your information for your dividend investment portfolio. So if you don't have an account with trackmydividends.com, as we can see from the home screen, all you gotta do is put an email address, create an account. And what's great about this is that it is secure. But even if someone were to get into this account, all they would see is the information that you put in, all the information that I just showed you. So they have no access to your brokerage at all. This is completely separate, more for peace of mind information. So after you create an account and sign in, as we can see, they have the dashboard, diversification, upcoming dividends, future value, and research. The research part is pretty cool. They have stock analytics, dividend safety scores, things like that. Now that is going to cost you extra. I've been debating on paying extra for this service for a while now, but so far I haven't because I feel pretty confident in my research outside of this, but it'll probably be worth it to look into it. But the free version is going to get you the dashboard, the diversification, the upcoming dividends, and the future value tools. As we can see on the home screen, I scroll down, my entire portfolio is logged into this all the way down. Now let's go over last week's purchases so that I can punch it in to trackmydividends.com. The first purchase that I made last week was buying 1 share of Pembina. So on May 18th, I bought 1 share of Pembina, bringing my average price to $32.31 per share. And then again on May 18th, I bought 1 share of OKE, bringing my average cost to $54.05 per share. And then the last thing that I purchased on May 18th was Apple. I bought fractional shares of Apple. So for $49.30, I got 0.3946 shares of Apple, bringing my average cost to $126.18. Now let's punch that into trackmydividends.com. So we're back on the home screen of trackmydividends.com. And since I already have Apple, OKE, and Pembina, I don't need to add a new holding into my account. But if you're brand new and you don't know how to add a holding, you just tap on this add holding up here. Right next to the default portfolio, you tap on add holding. You're going to enter the name of the stock. I personally like manually updating mine because I don't want to link trackmydividends.com directly to my brokerage. But that's just personal preference. You can do what you please. And then you hit add to my portfolio. But another thing that got me tripped up when I first started using trackmydividends.com, now because I use Robinhood, I only have one default portfolio, which you can find under summary here. But let's say you bought more shares on Webull or M1 Finance and you want to update that portfolio with the holdings that you have in that specific portfolio, you have to go to default portfolio. And because I only have Robinhood, only one portfolio pops up for me, but you can have multiple portfolios from different brokerages, which makes it really nice and easy to edit. and update later on down the road. Now to update my default portfolio to add the purchases that I made this week. So for the first one, Apple, just because it's the first one that I see on my screen, it's in alphabetical order. You want to go to the little marker down here, pulls up your current average cost and the number of shares that you have currently. So I now have 4.54 shares of Apple at an average cost of $119.08. So we typed all that information in, and all we got to do is hit update holding, and boom, it's updated. Now let's do the same thing for OKE and Pembina. I'm just going to do OKE first because it's the first one that come up, alphabetical order. Gonna hit edit again. So I now have 8 shares and my average cost per share is $41.51. And update holding. As we can see from those two, now my annual income is estimated to be about $4 more, which is cool. Watching your portfolio grow over time is always awesome. Now on to Pembina. We're going to click edit. So I now have 9 shares of Pembina at an average cost per share of $25.03. And update holding, and boom, another $2 onto my average annual income from dividends. Passive income, of course. So now that I've showed you the new layout of trackmydividends.com, I've showed you how to add holdings and update holdings, which is especially useful if you have more than one brokerage that you use. Now let's look at some of the free tools that they offer. We're going to first look at diversification up here. I mean, come on, look how aesthetic that looks. So as we can see, my portfolio is made up of about 9 of the 11 sectors of the stock market, which I don't think ETFs really count as one, but according to trackmydividends.com, they do count as one. But it's really cool to see your diversification and see how much of a single stock makes up your entire portfolio and how much of a single sector also makes up part of your portfolio. So as we can see, I think my top holding or my top sector is healthcare at 16.27%, and of healthcare I have Johnson & Johnson, MRK, and Takeda Pharmaceuticals. It's just a really cool tool to have, especially when you feel like one stock is kind of outgrowing a lot of other stocks in your portfolio. In my case, that was Realty Income. As we can see, they make up about 9.6% of my entire portfolio. I stopped buying more shares of Realty Income about 3 to 4 months ago, just because I was negative and I was buying the dip so much. And now I am positive with Realty Income, so I can kind of let off the gas and buying more shares and watch the rest of my portfolio grow. I love using this tool on trackmydividends.com. It helps me out tremendously. And then this little tool right here, industry, you could also break it down even further. I don't really look at that too much. I mainly look at the sectors of the stock market. That's what really helps me in the long term. Now the next free tool that we're going to utilize on trackmydividends.com is the upcoming dividends toolbar. So as we can see, they break it down into summary. This is if you have more than one brokerage that you have programmed into this website. It's going to give you the summary of all the dividends that you're going to get paid. You can click on default portfolio if you want to see the individual brokerages and where you're going to get paid with dividends from those brokerages. But since I only have one, I can just look at the summary one and be good to go. So as we can see, for May 2021, I'm expected to get $45 in dividends, which is pretty insane. I remember just starting and using this website back in September, and I was only getting about maybe $5 at most. And now to watch my portfolio grow to this, it's truly something special. But yeah, it's pretty cool. If you scroll down more, it has this massive in-depth dividend tracker that tells you when you're going to get paid on which specific dates. Just look at this. This is insane. So we're going to use Apple for this example. We're going to focus on Apple right there, the first one. So on May 2021, I'm going to get $1 from Apple. And then again on August 2021, I'm going to get $1 from Apple as well. And then November again, I'm going to get another $1. And then February again, I'm going to get another $1 from Apple. But it's really, really cool and such a useful tool that you can use to know when your dividends are going to get paid and when they are confirmed as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Not all of these are confirmed, but when they do get confirmed, it does tell you on Track My Dividends right here. And then the last free tool that you can utilize for free on trackmydividends.com is the future value tool right next to upcoming dividends. So when you first click on it, again, they have a summary of your entire portfolio, and you can go into individual portfolios under default portfolio. But again, since I only have one, it's a one-stop shop for me. And then as we can see at the top, it gives you a breakdown of the next 5 years. I'm going to go from that 3% dividend yield to a 4.42% dividend yield. I'm going to start at $368 of annual income and end with $960 of annual income. I start with $9,000 and end with $17,000 with a 76.86% return. Not bad if you ask me. But it even has this line chart that you can follow all the way along for the next 5 years, all the way up. It's really cool and I really enjoy using this feature. I typically always want to go to the 25 plus years because that's my main goal, is to use this account for retirement and the long term 25 plus years. So if we just look at that, Again, I'm starting with 3.72% dividend yield. For the dividend growth rate, they don't estimate anything past the 5 years, as we can see right here, so it's still a 4.42% dividend growth rate. But I'm going to start at $368 and end with $7,000 of passive income. This is if I leave my portfolio alone, don't reinvest my dividends, don't do absolutely anything at all actually. And then my ending value will be at $70,091 with a 609% growth rate. Not bad at all. So this is a cool little tool I just like to play around with and just mainly have some fun and really use it as encouragement to continue to invest when I'm feeling down or when I'm feeling like I don't want to put money towards it this week. So that is all that I have for y'all this week. I hope you guys liked that kind of in-depth of the remodel of trackmydividends.com. Again, if you're not using this, you need to get on it so you can start tracking your dividends and seeing the future potential of your portfolio. I don't know, just for me personally, it gives me so much encouragement and I really enjoy watching my portfolio grow from week to week. Seeing the annual income move even in this video by $4 or $5 really encourages me that I'm staying on the right track. Now, I'm not sponsored by trackmydividends.com. I would love to be, to try out the not free version so I can see dividend safety score, the research articles that they have, all those other tools that we were not able to get because you do have to pay for that section. But the free tools that they do have are still amazing nonetheless. But that's all that I have for today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. All my social medias are linked down below. Comment if you have any questions. I will get back to you. And don't forget to leave a like on my video. It really helps out my channel so much and I greatly appreciate it. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.